In the third episode of Emboss or Toss, I am fighting for my life. As in, I've got a cold. Yeah, I've been trying to fight this for the past week, and the runny nose, it's come. I've got a bit of a cough. However, I'm not going to let that get me down. I don't feel sick. I just feel a bit sluggish. But I want to, today, start Emboss or Toss. I want to know what to read next. I want to be able to lie down on the sofa with my blanket on and cozy up with a homemade cappuccino and just read and try and heal from all of that. I do have a lot going on over the next week or so, so it's not really ideal that I'm coming down with a cold now, but I do like to keep a positive mind, and that usually helps me combat any colds, any illnesses. It just helps me get through it. So I'm going to keep positive today and over the next few days, even if the cold gets worse, so that we just get better with the power of the mind. So with that said, welcome and welcome back to my series. In Emboss or Toss, I do have my fancy little embosser for my books, and I use a random number generator to pick a book to read. Any book that's on my shelves, honestly, like the entire room is fair game. And then if I enjoy the book, I emboss it. If I don't enjoy the book, then I toss it. And if I feel a little bit mid about the book and I'm not sure what to do with it, it stays in Limbos. So there is a lot of world building around this. But either way, I do hope you enjoy. So please leave a like if you do. Subscribe if you haven't already. Grab yourself a nice hot drink, get yourself all cozy and warm. And let's see the first book that I'm reading in this video. Yeah, we are not pussyfooting about. We're getting straight into it. My spreadsheet is not the best. I do want to ask Allie from With Allie if she can help me with this, but I will probably need you guys to help me with getting Allie to help me with the spreadsheet. So if you want to spam her, by any means do so. Allie, help Gavin! So yeah, this is my spreadsheet with all of the books I own. And the TBR star, if you are new here, the TBR star means it's actually for a video project that's coming up. Maybe not today, maybe not in the next couple of years, but I do want to keep it aside for projects. So my actual TBR for books that I could potentially read in this video series is 473, which isn't too bad when I've read 1,300 in my library. And I have a good number set aside for TBR projects. So let's sort this out. I always forget how to do this actually. Sort, is it sort A to Z? Yes, it is. Because then I do, oh my god, this is not ideal at all. So then I start at number, this is why Allie needs to help me so badly. I need to start at number 1312. This is where all my dislikes for the series comes from. It's just like how bad my spreadsheet is, which I do not blame you guys. 1784. So it needs to pick a number between those two numbers, and I need to read whatever the number comes up as. So generator 1673 is, oh, this is skull in my hand. Oh, a Jennifer Saint book. Hera? I actually don't know. Do I not need to read Ariadne first? I actually need to check this. I don't actually know if I need to read Ariadne first. Are they both standalones? I'm actually not 100% sure. But oh my god, actually, I'm kind of glad about this because I want to read everything on my TBR, absolutely. But there's levels to it. And this one I really want to read, you know. I really want to read my Jennifer Saint books. I have two, and I really want to read them. A shame Anatomy of Love Story didn't come up because that's in my 25 books for 2025. It will be good to try and get through some of those in my Emboss or Toss series. But no, we are getting Hera. I will double check to see if I can read it now. And that is what we will start off with. I did check Goodreads with these, and I do not need to read Ariadne first, so I can put that one back. This is another one of those ones that's Greek mythology, and I have said in the past that it can be very hit or miss for me. There's part of me that's a little wary, but I am very excited to start reading this author. I do hope it's in the same kind of vein as like Circe or The Song of Achilles, because I did enjoy Circe when I read it, and I loved The Song of Achilles. I thought this was like so good. So if Jennifer Saint writes a little bit like Madeline Miller, I feel like I will enjoy it somewhat. This one follows Hera. She helps her brother Zeus overthrow their powerful father, and she dreams of ruling by Zeus's side after they do that. They establish their reign on Mount Olympus, but Hera realizes that Zeus might be just as tyrannical as their father. So that's essentially what the story is about. If you read this one, please let me know down below if you enjoyed it or not. We will find out very soon if I enjoyed enjoyed this or not. But I am hoping for a winner. I still haven't had a 5-star so far in 2025. I'm still waiting for that day to happen. I have come close with some 4 stars, but nothing has really hit that 5-star mark yet. So hoping we find one in this video, actually. That'll be great. I did find one in my previous Emboss or Toss. It was actually one of my favorite books of the year as well. So I'm really hoping for that to happen again. But before I get into this, actually, I do have some housekeeping to do and some things to do on my computer. So I want to get that out of the way. And then I can hopefully sit down, relax, and kick this cold's ass at the same time. I decided to bring this cheeky number back, my 2025 schedule spreadsheet that I made back in one of my Slice of Life vlogs, and it does really help, but I kind of dropped the ball on it by the end of last year. So I've been really trying to keep on top of it, and so I do have like quite a lot already in here, but I need to fill in the last couple of days. Well, I've kind of already filled them in, but I need to make sure they're right. So today is Thursday the 23rd. Just colour these in. Is that the right colour? No, it's not. I'm such an amateur. Sunday, did my Once Upon a Time watch along. Yep. Monday, I filmed my entire day in home library vlog. I edited the day after, so that's wrong. I edited it on the Tuesday, and then I got it out on the Tuesday. I was going to wait, but I decided to just put it out because it had been a week since I posted a video because I've been a little bit behind on filming. I did manage to do my Freerun 1 to 3 vlogs. I've got so many mistakes. I did my Freerun 1 to 3 vlog yesterday. Oh my god, why am I like this? This was all yesterday. I filmed it, edited it, read it, all in that one day, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. But that's when I started to gradually feel the cold coming in. So I managed to do all of that as I was progressively getting worse with my nose and throat. So I'm impressed, So that's gonna go out potentially tomorrow. Okay, today is Thursday, so I'm starting Impossible Toss 3, and I'm gonna start Hera. So I can add that to my list. Yeah, the thing with Impossible Toss is I don't know what I'm gonna be reading, but it'll be interesting to see that as this goes on. You probably can't see the miscellaneous bit because I'm probably covering the screen right now with my face. But yeah, this is just all random things, really. All things that are like not really to do with my channel, I guess. So like personal training I've put in. Tomorrow I do have training at 9 AM, which I'm actually thinking of bringing you with me, and we'll like do the workout together if you don't mind. I did ask my personal trainer if that was okay, if he can like film me doing all the things, and he said yep, that's fine, so that'll be cool. Tomorrow I'm filming Witch Chat Atelier with Elliot Brooks. We are doing a recording talking about the manga series because I'm caught up now with the volumes. So we're recording a discussion for my manga channel, and that's gonna be tomorrow, so I do need to prep for that. So I might do that tomorrow morning, like after I come back from training. I might start prepping for that. Oh, actually I might do it tonight. So I can send Elliot the stuff so that she can also prepare for tomorrow. Also need to read The Hobbit for the Middle Earth Along live show on Saturday. It's going to be a reread, so it's not going to be too hard. I might just do that on the Saturday, to be honest, because it's not even 8 PM, it's 9 PM, which gives me even more time. So I want to read The Hobbit on the day of the live show. Ain't that typical? Oh, on Monday I need to add in what I read. So I read... what the fuck did I read again? What did I read again in that video? Oh, it was the Full Moon, Coffee Shop, and North Ranger, and Railway Children. I read all of those on that day, so I can put those in there. Yeah, Saturday I'll read The Hobbit, continue Emboss or Toss. The Silent Library episode isn't happening right now, I'm afraid. I was going to record that, but I'm just not up for it. I'm not up for it right now. Filming a book haul, because I do need to have videos that's going out while I'm away, because I'm going to Iceland at the end of next week. I'm going to visit Jade first, and then we're going to Iceland together. So I need to get videos filmed and edited and up before then. So I need to do that. But all I really have is going to be Emboss or Toss and a book haul. I have another one that I wanted to come out here, but that just ain't happening. And I have to bring the book haul up because the Day in the Whole Library vlog came out on Tuesday, and then I have nothing for my books channel until Wednesday. That's like 8 days without a new video. I can't do that. My channel will not allow it. YouTube will punish me. So I might have to do the book haul a little bit earlier, and then that should be fine. In terms of editing, I will need to edit the Witch Chat Atelier video as well at some point. I'm just wondering what day would be best to do it. I could do it on maybe the Monday. Yeah, maybe the Monday. Oh no, because I'm pissed off. Well, actually, no, I can work around that. So I can edit that, get it out on the Friday. I might get it on the Thursday instead. There's a little bit of a gap between the manga and the books channel. I mean, I still have all of these days before I have to go. But I do have to film, edit, upload, read things for book clubs, do live shows, you know, that whole bibbidi bobbidi bang. And I am slowly starting to run out of time. I might not even film the book haul on Friday. Yeah, I might do that on the Sunday, actually, filming the book haul. Because then at least I've got all of the live shows out of the way in terms of like the book discussion and the book club discussion. So I can change that around. And at least I'm not worrying about getting those done. Yeah, that's better. That looks better to me, honestly. I do want to try, because I have gone to the gym by myself on this Saturday. I went by myself for the first time and it was great. So I do want to try and go to the gym again, just like normally. Like on a normal day where I don't have personal training. I was going to say, should I try on the Saturday? I might try on the Saturday. It was very quiet when I went, but I might change that to 1 p.m. It was so quiet. There was barely anybody there. So I might do that again on the Saturday. Excellent. Okay, it's good to me, I think. This is January. Wish me luck. These are my Thrive meals for the next few days. And I'm just wondering which one I should have now. I do have a code if you want to get 50% off your first week and so on and so forth. I'll put it on the screen for you. Not sponsored. I just really freaking love Thrive and the meals that they do. So I have chicken puttanesca rigatoni, prawn Penang curry, firecracker chicken thighs, and steak mole. And I'm just trying to decide which one I have. Decided to go for the firecracker chicken thighs, and oh my gosh, it looks and smells so good. Okay, Toby was only just gotten off me. He's been on me for the past hour. And I was actually going to stop this and then give you an update long before now. I am now about halfway through. I'm 185 pages in. I've just gotten to part 3. And I thought, yeah, that's actually a pretty good stopping point for now. Although it might actually be my stopping point forever, because I don't think I'm really enjoying this. This book is mainly feeling like a history lesson and not an actual story with a really interesting narrative. Even the characters in this book talk to each other as if they hadn't just experienced what they just experienced. And I feel like it was because the author wanted us, the reader, to kind of know about what happened with Greek mythology and what happened with these characters in the past. But the way that it's presented, it's like they're dumb. But not even just that. It's like, why would a character tell another character what they've gone through? Like, oh, this is exactly what you've gone through in your life up until this point, and like list it off. I'm just like, they already know. Zeus tells all of his siblings exactly what Kronos did to Uranus, the Sky Titan. It was only when Gaia gave her youngest son Cronus a sickle he could use to slice his father apart, to scatter the pieces of the winds that the world would know freedom. For Hera, the winds conjure the drifting fragments of the vanquished Titan. Like, he's just telling everyone what's happened. But it just goes on and on. It even says here, still he recites their history. One they all know intimately. They all know everything. They know exactly everything he's talking about, but we have, you know, paragraphs upon paragraphs, pages upon pages of just telling us what happened in the past. And there was no story reason why that should happen. From a reader standpoint, sure, we might need to catch up if we don't really know the lore, the mythology, but there was no reason for the characters to be told all of this. And it just felt like a history lesson that was just placed in there specifically for the reader. And that detached me from the story straight away. And I was going to say, I'm still going to give it a chance. And I did. I almost made it to 200 pages. But then again, I didn't really have much of an option because Ash got on me and then Toby got on me and I couldn't really move. So I had to read. My illusion of this being a story was just shattered so quickly because I just felt like the narrative style was so detached from the characters that it was just a little bit too list-like for my liking. The way the characters act, the way the characters talked, the way they behaved didn't feel like actual living, breathing characters. And I was really getting excited because Hera was talking about how freedom was the only thing she won in the war that she wanted, and she wanted her freedom. And this became a story about her being married to Zeus and how her not loving being married to Zeus and all these things that she wants to do. Oh, what if I do this? What if I do that? Without a whole lot else going for it. So this book is seriously more rooted in character, which isn't too bad if that's what you're looking for. But because I don't gel with the characters, because I don't see them as characters, I see them as Jennifer St. Bay, my history teacher, and she's telling me all of this in a sort of like non-fiction kind of way. It's reading a little bit like non-fiction, a little bit. Well, obviously not, because there were like some plot elements that were more fantastical. So I was just going to continue because I was like, well, what else am I going to do? What else am I going to read today? It's like 7 p.m. now and I am hungry again. I ate before I started. Now I'm bloody starving again. And that meal that I had, the firecracker chicken thighs, absolutely divine. Absolutely beautiful. So I was set off right before this. Like I had a full stomach, had my blanket on. Oh, it was great. It was great. And then I started reading this. I was like, no, I'm bored. I will still give Ariadne a chance though, because that one was a Waterstones book of the month when I worked at Waterstones. I'm hoping I believe and feel more for the characters than I did in this one. This one was just too rough for me. I'm sorry. DNF the first book of the video. Right, we are going to do the random number generator. So 1313, 2... I hope I took off the Hera thing. I did. 1784. 1784. Generate 1468. Please be one that I don't want to DNF. 1468. 1468 is The Dance Tree by Kerry-Millwood Hargrave. I like Kerry-Millwood Hargrave. The Dance Tree. Interesting. Ooh. Okay, let's go get it. Hello, Ashtaboo. Hello, me baby boys. Hello, I'm gonna go get me book. Hello. 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 What is it? What is it? Let's go fly a kite. Oh crap, what am I stuck on now? Oh, I got cat toys everywhere. Okay, let's get this book. Most likely started after I finished having another thing to eat. But yeah, if we make a head start, I don't think I'll finish it tonight unless I do enough it. But tomorrow I could probably finish it when I come home. Right, where is it? Hargrave. Mercy's. Oh, found it. How beautiful. Such a beautiful, beautiful book. Get you back. I gotta see this through. Get you back. If it's the last thing I do. What was it about? Oh, it's set in 1518, so it's historical. Okay. Oh, so it's set in Strasbourg and a woman dances in the middle of a city square and she goes for days without pause or rest. And she's joined by hundreds of others. The authorities declare an emergency. Musicians will be brought in to play the devil out of these women. And then I think we follow a pregnant lady who tends to bees as her livelihood, which explains the stenciled edges. That's cool. And then Lisbeth's sister-in-law returns from 7 years penance in the mountains for a crime no one will name. Okay. Wait, this is inspired by true events? Was it actually something happened? Like, did a dancing plague actually happen? Did it, like, actually break out? What? Okay, no, it sounds good. And it actually feels quite short. No, it looks good. It's only 287 pages. So it's quite short. And I love Kerry-Millwood Hargrave's middle grade books, so I imagine this is going to be just as good. It is a good sign, right, that my appetite seems to still be okay, right? I should worry if my appetite was failing me. But the next meal I can have... I'm kind of torn between the prawn Penang curry and the steak mole. Maybe the prawn. Yeah, I'll have the prawn. I am just casually trying to have and enjoy my midnight poop. And Ashlyn told me I can hear them growling and fighting. Boys, if you're going to do that, do it in front of me so I can watch. Ooh, ooh. Go on. Go on, get him. Go on. Go on, fight. Oh, Toby was pissed. Toby was pissed. Oh. Long live the king. Ash, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Oh, be careful. Be careful, boys. Right, it is midnight and it is time for bed. Ash is currently in the little box. Hello, Ash. Hello. In Dobu. Yeah, you better run. These boys better not keep me up tonight, but it is midnight. I should have went to bed so much earlier. I have my alarm on for 6:30. I will most likely snooze until 7. And yeah, I think tomorrow I'll go through like a morning routine. I am starting to feel a little bit better with my nose. It's like not running as much as it was before, which is so good because I didn't want to have to cancel training tomorrow, or technically today now. Isn't that right, Ash? Isn't that right? And I think it's time for bed, so good night. Good night. I can see what's in my bin. You can't say anything weird, can you? Okay, good morning. As you can see, it's like 8 o'clock now, and I was supposed to get up like an hour ago, and I didn't. In my defense, it got to around about like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, okay, I'm still awake. I'm just gonna bump my alarm back a bit. I don't have to leave here until 8:30 because I walk there, and it usually takes me about 20-25 minutes. So I'll leave about 8:30. Also, I think it's like Storm Eustace or something is happening right now. So it's really, really windy. And my bin outside got knocked over. And oh my God, it's looking like an absolute nightmare. Well, at least there's like a lovely glow on things. It's also looking like a little bit foggy as well. So it's going to be so interesting walking down today. I was going to try and vlog, walking down and like talking. I don't think that's going to happen. Anyway, this is what I do in the morning before I go to training. Sorted the cat's food out. Cleaned up their poop. I need to get my water bottle all nice and full up. Okay, that's the first thing done that I need to get done. Okay, the next thing I like to do is to make a pre-workout drink, but I don't drink it until I'm on my way down. Like I start drinking it when I leave, but I just like to make it so it's ready. I have fruit punch and I have strawberry lemonade, and they're both quite nice. They are both quite nice. I'll do strawberry lemonade. This has been a game changer for having energy throughout an entire workout, because before Christmas I was dying. I had to sit down for like 5 minutes. I had to go into the changing room and like leave the gym floor because I just couldn't do it. I was feeling sick. But I started having these at the start of the year, and it's just giving me so much more energy, and I can just like do a complete workout now, and it's great. I only like bottled water for this. I don't like using tap water for it. For some reason, it doesn't make it taste as nice. But I need to put in 250 ml. Oh, I need to put it on a flat surface. Put in my blender cup. 1 scoop of this. I give it a bit of a pre-shake, but then I put it in the blender. And there we have it. That's my pre-workout drink. It is nice. I just pour it in my little Costa travel mug. And that's my drinks for my workout sorted. Now, I don't make a coffee in the morning. I used to, but now I don't have a coffee in the morning. I'll have one when I come back. But then for breakfast, I will have a bowl of oatmeal. This is my breakfast. And I actually like it. I don't put anything else in it. I just have the oatmeal. I do want to build up to try and do overnight oats. I've never done that before, but I would like to try. And done. I really only have about 10 to 15 minutes to wait for this to cool and harden and eat. So then I want like 5 minutes to brush my teeth and then leave. Sometimes I like leave things last minute, you know, like I could have gotten up earlier. However, I was really tired and I could have sat longer. I could have made a coffee, but I kind of just like to get up and go. That's kind of my thing. That wind though, it's gonna knock me over. It's gonna make me fly in the traffic. Okay, while I wait for it to cool, I can make up my bag, put my shoes in, deodorant, my water. Should probably change out my slippers into my shoes. Oh, I'm tired. Definitely looking better now. And yeah, bon appetit. Okay, I brushed my teeth, got my pre-workout shake. It's time to go.
Remember when you told me that I should take it slow, but I can't stay when the world is waiting. I'm too used to being on my own. Hearts will break, but I have to chase it. I'm dancing on the edge again. The wind is calling my name. I'm dancing on the edge again. This time I'm not looking back, babe. You can change me, you can tell me down. I'll be that goes in every place I find. I break the molds with rebels mind. I'm a hurricane of free born mind. I remember when you told me I should settle down, but these restless feet won't keep me grounded. The open road's the only place I found where I feel alive, and the stars will guide me. I'm dancing on the edge again. The wind is calling my name. I'm dancing on the edge again. This time I'm not looking back, babe. You can change me, you can tell me down. I'll be that goes in every place I find. I break the molds with rebels mind. I'm a hurricane of free born mind. Free born mind. Free born mind. You can change me, you can tell me down. I'll be that goes in every place I find. I break the molds with rebels mind. I'm a hurricane of free born mind. You can change me, you can tell me down. I'll be that goes in every place I find. I break the molds with rebels mind. I'm a hurricane of free born mind. You can change me, you can tell me down. I'll be that goes in every place I find. I break the molds with rebels mind. I'm a hurricane.
I almost died on my way back from the gym. I'm not even kidding. The wind was that strong, I couldn't breathe. And I was walking in the direction of the wind, so it was just getting in my mouth. I had to keep walking backwards so that I could actually breathe. I did go into Morrison's and I got myself a large salad again. Yeah, as I do. I will get sick of those eventually, I'm sure. I did change a little bit with what I got. I got the chicken pasta one instead of the noodles that I always get. Oh, did I just say a cat? But anyway, this is what I do after training. I have my protein shake. So this is like my fitness shelf essentially. I've got all my vitamins and stuff. But I have chocolate hazelnut protein and I have vanilla ice cream protein. I did have the chocolate mint protein. I went through the entire thing and it was really, really nice. But I love the vanilla ice cream. I think that one's probably my favorite one so far. So we'll have some of that. Thank you. I've been using oat milk for Nyali the last year and it's honestly really helped with like bloating and stuff. Plus I just generally prefer the taste, honestly. So just putting it in the measuring jug, about 250 ml. I much prefer using milk rather than cold water, which you can do both, I guess. A nice heaped scoop of this. That's probably a little too much. So probably about this much. Put it in there. It literally tastes like vanilla ice cream shake. It just, oh, it's so good. Look at my boobs jiggling. Probably just about like 10, 15 seconds of that. Now we have it. I just drink it straight from this. Less dishes, the better. Cheers. I'm not exactly that hungry yet, so I'll put this in the fridge. I do need to go in the shower, so I'll do that now. And then I will actually give you a book update because I have been reading The Dance Tree by Kerry-Marie Hargrave. And yeah, I have thoughts. I've had to put my desk up so that I could put you on. But I feel like a little small child right now. My computer screen's all the way up there. My desk is up here. Made myself my first coffee of the day. Ready to talk about The Dance Tree by Kerry-Marie Hargrave. I'm halfway through, and I do think if I just sit down and read it without stopping, I will definitely be done by around about 5 o'clock tonight. And then I've got about a couple of hours to prepare for the recording I'm doing with Elliot. So that's my plan. To talk about it so far, writing is gorgeous. The writing is absolutely beautiful. I just don't know what the fuck is going on. This is definitely more about the writing than it is the plot. And it hasn't really been much about that whole dancing plague that went out. I mean, there's still time, but this has predominantly been focusing on Lisbeth, and she is pregnant, and it's been mostly about her and her relationship with her husband, and she also lives with her mother-in-law. So it's been majorly about that more than anything else, and I do find it... historical isn't really my cup of tea sometimes. I thought maybe the dance plague element of this one would kind of elicit more of an emotion out of me. But I never say never. I always give things a good college try. But just like Hera, it kind of is more about character. But at least these characters feel a lot more believable. And Lisbeth actually feels like a living, breathing person. The things that she goes through, like there is a lot of stuff about grief. And she has gone through quite a lot. Especially to do with like pregnancies and miscarriages and things. So it can be quite heavy. I will say if you are about to read this, just go into it knowing there's quite a bit of darkness in the narrative. It's been interesting as well examining the scrutiny of women at this time too. There are so many pressures in this community, so much tension in this society too. There's a lot of like religious kind of undertones to that and reasons why a lot of the women are oppressed here, and the things that they are going through is so incredible to read considering this is a contemporary writer writing a historical, but Kerry-Marie Hargrave always knocks it out of the park. There are whisperings of the dance plague kind of happening at the minute, so I do think, you know, if I give it a little bit more time, maybe that plot point might take my interest a little bit more. Because at the minute, I don't really want to read books where it is just a character study. I really do want something with a bit more meat to the plot. I think the themes of this means that it's more important for the characters to shine more than the plot. And that's not a bad thing. It's just not really what I want to read right now. I'm really hoping the next book that comes up on Emboss or Toss is something that's a little bit more fun. I really need something to grab my attention, but it isn't the longest book. It's really not going to take too much longer to get through. I don't want a DNF. I don't want a DNF another book. And I don't even want a DNF anyway, so that's out of the question. Oh, I've just realised as well I haven't even turned my bloody microphone on. So if this section sounded a little bit off, it's because I genuinely forgot to put the... Why am I like this? Well, you know why I'm like this? It's because I'm starving. I still haven't tucked into my salad from Morrison's yet, so I'm going to tuck into that, and then I'll be able to bloody think. He took my seat so fast. I literally just stood up, finished the dance tree, just stood up, and he jumped straight on. It literally sounds like there's a cyclone. At one point, as I was reading The Dance Tree, it sounded like the wind had shaken my entire house. I'm a little bit concerned now about the recording I'm doing later with Elliot, because what if my internet goes down? What if something happens, you know? Like, the amount of times my windows have shaken and I thought they were going to come in. Even on the weather app, it's saying severe weather warning, and it's like all night long. It is all night long. So I'm rather concerned about that. However, at least I'm not concerned about having to finish this. I finished it, yay. It did definitely improve in terms of the plot. It definitely picked up. I loved how a lot of it tied into the symbolism of the dance tree. And after reading the author's note at the end too, it really does help to recontextualize some of the things that Kerry-Marie Hargrave was trying to go for this narrative, especially to do with the dancing. Like, that was so fascinating to learn about with like the dancing that happened in July 1518. But it was actually happening more than that. It wasn't even an isolated incident. Between the 14th and 17th centuries, dancing plagues occurred regularly. And it's just like, whoa, like that's so insane. And a lot of times it doesn't really explain like why that was happening. However, there are many theories and many things about it that it's to do with a lot of pressure on not just women, but people who are in poverty, people who are oppressed by government, by society. And I do feel like this book did a really good job at delving into that. I definitely felt for the characters. There was a lot of traumatic things that they were going through. I could sympathize so much. There's so much to do with motherhood, the unconditional love of a mother to a child. It was definitely intense, and it was definitely intentional. It's really sweet to see again in the author's note how that connects to the author and her own experiences with child loss. So yeah, just like really emotional, really raw. Still absolutely gorgeously written. Gorgeously written. It just genuinely felt like the author was just thinking about every single paragraph, the way that it was written. It all just felt so technically beautiful, you know? But because I wasn't really taken by the story itself, and I guess I'm discovering more about what I like as a reader, this wasn't really my cup of tea. So I'm going to give it 3 stars. Definitely carried by the writing. But yeah, it does mean that I don't think I'm going to emboss it still. So the first 2 books in this video, I'm tossing them off. That sounds so dirty. These will not be embossed, they will be tossed. And I'm just like, okay, we have a 0% success rate so far. What gives? And they are technically 2, I guess, like literary books. We need to pack that in. So the next book that I'm reading for emboss or toss is going to be 1636, which is... 1636 is... The Last Devil to Die, Richard Osman. However, that is the 4th book in the series, which means I would be reading the Thursday Murder Club, which, ladies and gentlemen, is in my 25 books to read in 2025. Let me go grab it. I don't want to rock, DJ. Again, like, very glad of the pulls that I've been getting, because this is on a list, and I really should read it. I've been putting it off for far too long. I don't want to rock, DJ.
Oh. I didn't see you there. Were you talking? Like, I love that moment so much, because and then the guy's like, oh, yeah, sorry. And then he's like, best we be going. And I love it. I love that he was so petty and just straight up ignored the guy.
Just to build on the sassiness, I'm telling you, a heterosexual man would not have been as sassy as he was. I'm just saying. I've just had my chat with Elle, and it was so good. Like, we had such a great discussion. I only wish that you guys who haven't yet read Witch Hat Atelier, or even if you're not that interested in Witch Hat Atelier, I do wish you could see it because it's just so good. I'm currently editing it now, so I'll show you what I'm doing. So I did get the actual recording of the discussion just normally, but I also got the individual recordings as well. And yeah, so I've got Elliot's there, and then I've got mine there as well. So I can like edit it so it's more like this. You know, so it looks and flows almost like a podcast, you know? So I feel like that's more fun, right? So I need to edit this. It is like over an hour long. It's like 1 hour and 36 minutes at the minute. And I've edited like the first like 10-ish minutes of it. Like, I'm having quite a lot of fun editing like the camera angles and things. And yeah, I'm loving it. But I haven't even started the Thursday Murder Club, by the way. I haven't started it. It is now 10:43 p.m. Considering I've been awake since like my first alarm went off at 6:30. Can't even remember what time I woke up this morning. I am like tired, but I'm still a little bit wired, so I might do some more editing and then go to bed. This time 12 hours ago, I was coming home from training. That was 12 hours ago. So maybe I should turn all the screens off and wind down and try and go to sleep. Because I don't need to be up early tomorrow. Still have a full book to read tomorrow. Before a live show at 9 p.m. tomorrow. Just busy weekend, but I like to keep busy. What can I say? You know what? I'll get to maybe the 15-minute mark of this video, and then I will go to bed. And Ash is currently lying so snugly on the comfy chair. Okay, you are currently on top of the cat tree. That's why you are so high up right now. I remember I filmed my 25 books for 2025 and it was quite high up. I was still figuring out like the best angles to put it. And I love the fact that I got so many comments being like, oh my God, I feel so tall. Because yeah, literally you were like so high up and I didn't even realize. But yeah, in case you're wondering, yes, you are taller than I. I put on my Shire jumper ready for tonight. I still need to start The Hobbit. It's currently 11, yeah, just after 11 a.m. and the live show's at 9 p.m. So I have just under 10 hours to go before the live show. And I'm not worried about it at all. Like, I still have so many, like, I'll take the dust jacket off. Like, I still have quite a lot of notes and like highlights in here. Well, I say a lot. You know, there's some. Oh God. Okay, barely any. I do have some highlights in here from the first time I read it last year. So I'm not too worried because it is a reread, but I'm also still a little bit worried because what if somebody talks about something that I can't really remember? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I was worried about last night when I was doing the witch chat Italia. I was like, what if Elliot mentioned something that I totally forgot about? Like, what if, you know, we have this conversation about something and I'm like, yeah, and I have no idea what's going on. So that's what I'm a little bit worried about with this. But I have checked the audiobook. With the like 2.5 times speed, I will probably end up listening to it. It's about 4 hours, so that's actually not too bad. I still want to go to the gym today. I don't have personal training today, but I am trying to build myself up to go to the gym on my like days off from training. So I'm trying to do that. My legs are killing me though. My legs are a little bit in pain, I'm not gonna lie, after yesterday. But I'm not gonna go until around about 1 o'clock, so for like the next hour and a half, I wanna start this. I'm gonna make myself another coffee, get into it. I know this isn't like really part of emboss or toss. I still need to emboss this actually, because we haven't actually like embossed anything in this video. We've only tossed in this video. So like, I'll still be embossing it. I still haven't embossed my Lord of the Rings set, even though they were my favorite books of 2024. So I will definitely still be doing that. I'm still hoping that the Thursday Murder Club will be an emboss. If not, I'm in serious danger, girl. I'm in serious danger. But I hope that's okay. It just turns out that I have like a much busier kind of weekend and even just like week before going to Iceland. So I'm just kind of like scrambling a little bit. I hope you don't mind that I kind of like fit other things into this vlog. And then I'll make up for it in the next Emboss or Toss where like literally everything that I mentioned in that video will all be books I'm supposed to read for that video.
HarperCollins presents The Hobbit, or There and Back Again by J.R.R. Tolkien. Read by Andy Serkis. Chapter 1. An Unexpected Party. In a hole in the ground, there lived a hobbit.
I got no reason to be sad. My mood is convinced me that it's bad. With every emotion that I had. But you don't care. Oh my God, it's so strange how we end up being here again. I don't care as long as you get me off my feet. I don't know what to say. Oh my God, it's so strange. You're right. I got you sent from miles away. It's a freeway to outer space. If you give me air, baby, I swear that will be alright. I'm asking to save it all over again. I'm asking to save it all over again. If we were a movie, then how would it end? But you don't care. Oh my God, it's so strange how we end up being here again. I don't care as long as you get me off my feet. I don't know what to say. Don't know what to say. Don't know what to say. Don't know what to say.
According to my audiobook, I only have just under 3 hours left, and I kind of don't want to listen to the audiobook as I'm on my way to the gym, just because I want to pay attention to it a little bit more and like read it physically. So I'm leaving it at that, but I am really enjoying it. Again, it's feeling a 4-star as it was the first time around. It's just, you know, classic fantasy adventure. I love the situations that Bilbo finds himself in. It just feels so good, and Andy Serkis as an audiobook narrator is just genuinely so amazing. I just freaking love when he starts talking as Gollum, because like it makes my heart so happy. So yeah, I've just listened to music on the way down, because yeah, I just want to pay attention to The Hobbit, and you know, I'm still a little bit worried that I might forget something, so I've been a little bit paranoid about it, I'm not gonna lie, so I'm just gonna keep it as a physical and audio experience. And plus, music gets me hyped. So I also put on yesterday's hoodie because I don't want to get the Shire House door jumper all sweaty and gross, because I want to wear it tonight for the live show. But I got my pre-workout drink and I'm just having so much fun. Oh, there's a dog walker. I'll see you later.
As long as you get me off my feet, I don't know what to say. Oh my God, it's so strange. If we decide that we're good, wanna see you crying too. Show it be some to you. If you got plans to let me go, please don't let me know. Oh my god, it's so strange how we end up being here again. I don't care as long as you get me off my feet. I don't know what to say. Oh my god, don't know what to say. Don't know what to say. Don't know what to say. I don't care as long as you get me off my feet. I don't know what to say. Oh my god, it's so strange. You're right.
I have finished The Hobbit. It is just after 6:30 p.m. It's just as good as I remember. I mean, it's not without its faults. I do think I prefer more of the adventure from like the first 9-10 chapters, and like, the last few chapters feel a little bit rushed. Like, you don't get a whole lot of development there. There's lots that happens, but a lot of it's kind of glazed over. And a lot of our main characters, they don't really feel like main characters by the end of it. They kind of get delegated into kind of secondary character status as certain events take place, but I still really enjoy it. I definitely prefer the Lord of the Rings trilogy way more than this, but I still think it's such a good little introduction to Tolkien's world, and considering it's written as a sort of children's story, I do think it does a really good job at keeping it as lighthearted as possible. There are some sad moments, absolutely, and some of it can be quite scary and atmospheric, but no, I still really think the world of it, honestly, even though it's like only a 4-star, because as much as I would love to give it a 5-star, it's not on the same level as The Lord of the Rings, in my opinion, and I don't love it as much as those, but I still look back on this very, very fondly. Audiobook is, again, fantastic. Looking forward to discussing it in just over 2 hours from now. I am very tired, so I have to like keep myself awake, have a discussion, which will probably be about an hour, I don't know, and then at least I don't have like any more like book clubs or anything for the rest of the month. So over the next few days, I can actually go back to reading the books for this vlog and other little bits and bobs here and there. I'm quite hungry, so I'm going to make myself the puttanesca thingamabobby that I got from Thrive, and I might just chill for a couple of hours before the live show. I might, you know, watch some YouTube. I might catch up on some booktube, but I definitely want to relax. I kind of don't want to do any work. I could do more editing of the Witch Chat Atelier video that I did with Elliot, but I kind of don't really want to look at screens at the minute, since I'm going to be doing that later on tonight. And considering how much pain my legs are in right now, I think I've earned myself a break.
Who's your favorite character and why is it Thorin?
It's not. It's like literally not. Happy Sunday, everyone. I just got my Thrive delivery for the next few days. This is up until Wednesday. But let's see what I got. I got the green Thai chicken curry. Nice. I got the roasted turkey slices. Nice. Citrus miso salmon poke bowl. Massaman king prawns. Chicken thigh shawarma. And we also have Turkish lamb kofte bowls. All looking so good and delicious. So that's all the meals sorted until Wednesday. Excellent. I am about to film my book haul, and I have about 6 hours before I have a live show with my patrons. We are watching more Once Upon a Time tonight, so I have about 6 hours to get through these books, film the video, hopefully edit the video as well. I would love to try and edit all of it too by the end of tonight, just because then I will be able to stay on schedule, and then tomorrow I will be able to start my next Emboss or Toss book. I'm honestly starting to feel like this Emboss or Toss is just turning into just a regular productive week in my life, in all honesty. What a weird episode. I do apologize, but I've made myself coffee. I'm ready to get into these. It'll be so good as well because I have cancelled a few of the subscription boxes, so this will be hopefully the last time I have so many subscription books in a book haul. You know, 2025 growth, knowing when to quit, especially with book boxes that just don't bring you joy anymore. So I'm going to move along, I'm afraid. I don't know if I will be doing any more updates for Emboss or Toss today. Maybe while I make the thumbnail for this, I could start the audiobook for Thursday Murder Club. Oh, actually, speaking of thumbnails, I did end up, because the live show last night for the Middle-earth Along was so good. It was so great. So much fun, had so many laughs, but Aaron's like a little bit too busy to make thumbnails for it. So I've said I would do them. So I'm making thumbnails for Aaron's Middle-earth Along along and I made the first one last night. I did that after the live show and before I went to bed. So I'm just in my like thumbnail making era at the minute. But while I make the thumbnail for the book haul, I could try and start the audiobook for Thursday Murder Club. Okay, I've just finished 63 minutes. 63 minutes, that's how long it took to film the book haul. Let's say what we can cut it down to. It'll probably come down to about 45 minutes maybe. But what time is it? It is now like nearly 3:30. I do want to eat something, import all the footage. That might take a little while, and then we'll start editing. So that means we've got 5 hours until my live show. Oh God, and my legs still fucking hurt. Ow.
Hold on to love. That is what I do now that I found you. And from above, everything's stinking. They're not around you. And in the night, I could be helpless. I could be lonely, sleeping without you. And in the day, everything's complex.
It is currently 25 minutes to 5. I finished editing. I managed to get it down from 63 minutes to 36 minutes. So that just shows you how many times I either mess up, like the times it takes for me to reread the summary so that I can regurgitate it, so I'm not just reading from the back of the books, and all the other things like the breathing, the lip smacking, the ums, the ahs, all of that stuff, edited out. So yeah, that didn't take as long as I thought. But I guess like book hauls are pretty straightforward anyway, so it was fine. So I do have just under 2 hours now until my live show, which is great because it means I might have time to, well, one, export this, and two, make the thumbnail for it, potentially. I was thinking what else I could do. I still need to start the Thursday Murder Club, which I will still do. I do need to start making the thumbnail for Katie, but I think I will wait until tomorrow to do that one. Once this is exported, I might edit more of the Witch Chat Atelier video, but I can't do that while that's exporting. So yeah, I think book haul, thumbnail, then the live show, maybe some editing after that, or maybe an early night, or maybe even some reading. I might do some late night reading after the Once Upon a Time live show, because I do want to make it start so bad. Like, this is not even a reading vlog anymore. It's really raining right now as well. It's like such good ambience for reading. I'm quite tired as well. I could probably have a nap. No, I'll probably make myself a decaf coffee and make the thumbnail. Let's just make another thumbnail.
And I miss you when you're gone. That is what I do. Babe, and it's going to carry on. That is what I do. Hold on to my hands. I feel I'm sinking without you. And to my mind, everything's stinking without you. And in the night, I could be helpless. I could be lonely, sleeping without you. And in the day, everything's complex. There's nothing simple when I'm not around you. And I miss you when you're gone. That is what I do.
It is just after midnight and I have had Ash line with me ever since the Once Upon a Time live show ended. And that was, I think, about 2 hours ago now. I wanted to maybe do some editing or something, and I just haven't been able to move because my arm is like kind of preoccupied right now. and I don't want to disturb him. And like, I know it's just before bedtime, but you know. So I've just been watching BookTube at the minute. Quite a few people have uploaded today, so I've just been watching those. But yeah, I didn't really get much done after Once Upon a Time. Ooh. Oh, I think he's moving. Are you moving? Are you moving? Are you staying? Are you staying? Oh, he doesn't want to leave us. Oh, you're such a daddy's boy, aren't you? You're such a daddy's boy. I love you. Oh, I love you. Look at you. Oh, you're so cute. Look at you, man. Just like, what the fuck? Put that away. I was sleeping. Good morning. It is currently Monday now, and it is 11:22 a.m. Usually I go to training on a Monday at 10:30 a.m., but my trainer needed to do it at 2:30 p.m. today, so I don't have to go for a couple more hours. And I've woken up, I've had breakfast, I've had my first coffee of the day. I'm going to start working on Katie's thumbnail now, and I'm going to like download all of the like thumbnails from people's best books videos. And while I do that, I will start listening to the audiobook of the Thursday Murder Club. Now, this does follow a group of old age pensioners who live in this retirement village, and they love crimes, they love solving crimes, and I believe there is a murder on their doorstep that they now want to solve. So that is what I'm going to be doing. Finally starting another book in this video. But I also want to, so I've got it all set up now. I want to do another spin to know what I'm reading after the Thursday Murder Club, because I have reading sprints tomorrow with my patrons, so I kind of want to know ahead of time like what I need to do and read for it. So I kind of want to do like at least one more spin or, you know, roll of the random number generator just to see, because I just want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. So that's what I'm going to do. My plan of action today: at 12, I will make my second and final coffee of the day. At 1, I will have something to eat. At 2, I will leave here to get to training. And then I should be home by around about like 4 o'clock. And then I can like finish working on the thumbnail, hopefully finish the Thursday Murder Club by tonight as well. That'll be awesome. And we'll just keep chugging along. It feels like I've been recording this video for weeks, and it hasn't even been weeks. It's only been like, I think 4 or 5 days. But it feels so much longer. This has been one long weekend, let me tell you. But anyway, let's do another random number generator roll thingy-mabobby. And I am going to let myself do it again if I don't really want to read it right now, because like while I do want to read everything on my Emboss or Toss TBR, everything that I own, I'm very limited of what I can do for like the next few days since I'm going away on Friday. So I need it to be a good one. So I will do it again if it's just like not really what I fancy right now. So let's just say 1603. Oh, that's actually like, it's so small. It's so small. Okay, Rizzio by Denise Mina. I will grab it. But that's like a novella. That is so small. That's awesome. Okay, that's actually really good. I was going to like do like the whole Smith stuff and be like, oh, I do apologize. Now, really? Oh, Tobu, please don't. Or is that Ash? I can't tell from the back. Oh, please don't shit now. Well, to be fair, they're getting prepared. They're digging the little poop hole. Dig. But I'm going to spin again. I'm just like kind of curious, like just to see what would happen after that as well. Because who knows, like during reading sprints tomorrow, I might end up finishing it. So let's do it again. Let's just 1676. Can I have a bit more variety with these numbers, please? 1676. The Fragile Threads of Power by V.A. Schwab. Are you kidding me? Do you know how big that is? But actually, I'm kind of low-key kind of wanting to read it right now, actually. Oh, but I kind of wanted to do a video where I give authors another chance. Well, you know, I haven't read V.A. Schwab in such a long time, so I don't know if I still love V.A. Schwab's writing. That's an option. Okay, so I'm definitely reading Rizzio next, and then I have the Fragile Threads of Power as a potential. Still need to finish this. So I'll finish this today, hopefully. Tomorrow, during sprints, I will do Rizzio, and I might even finish Rizzio, but I don't even know if I'm saying it right. I might finish Rizzio before those sprints, and then I can start the Fragile Threads of Power. Sound like a plan? Sounds like a plan. Okay, so it's 1 p.m, which means that it is time for some food. And I think I'm going to have the Turkish lamb kofte. cuffed balls, before training later. I feel like this would probably be the best thing because I am hungry now. I have downloaded all of the thumbnails that I kind of needed to, you know, get the people out of it and put it on Katie's thumbnail. So I've managed to download about 60 of those. So I think now I'll probably start putting people on the thumbnail and just like the placement and stuff. Because yeah, I still have like just over an hour before I have to leave. Although I will probably start having to get like ready and changed and making things for it in about like 40 minutes or something. That's fine. I did have a lot of fun downloading all of the YouTube thumbnails. I genuinely do love making thumbnails. I think it's so fun. I don't like this every single year on BookTube. Like January's a little bit for me, just because it can sometimes feel a bit exclusionary on BookTube when we have so many people reading BookTubers' best books. And like 90% of the thumbnails don't have any male booktubers on them. And also 70% of those thumbnails are just like white women. And BookTube is way more diverse than that. One thing I absolutely love about Katie's video that she does every year, and I have so many diverse creators for this thumbnail as well, is that yeah, Katie does find so many people on BookTube to include in that video because BookTube is so vast. There are so many people on BookTube. There are so many male booktubers, there are so many black booktubers, Asian booktubers, booktubers of all sizes, like channel sizes. You got channels with like 100,000 subscribers, you have channels with less than 1,000 subscribers, and it's such a great balanced mix for like the people that are featured in Katie's video. So I'm just like, why is it every single year we have these booktubers reading BookTube's best books and it's just all white women, like every single year? I'm just like, I'm sick of it. But anyway, other than my gripes, I am actually nearly 100 pages into the Thursday Murder Club and I'm really liking this so far. I love the narration style. I love how direct it is. It generally feels like we are being talked to directly by the main character and we're kind of being let in on the investigation, like we're part of it. The chapters are so incredibly short as well, so it's just flying by. I will say like some of the age stuff is very on the nose. Like I know they're a lot older and stuff, but like even from the very beginning, it's like drilled into us like, oh, these are old people and like they don't know how to do this and they don't know how to do that. And like, oh, if a guy knocked on the door and they showed them a library card, she would still let them in kind of thing. Like it's very drilled into us that these are old characters, these are old people. And I don't find that subtle whatsoever. And like a lot of elderly people are very, very capable. And I feel like we are slowly proving that with our main character in the way that they are going about trying to investigate this case. But I think just initially I had this feeling inside like, oh, we're gonna use some like tired, not exactly that funny anymore kind of tropes for like elderly people. Oh, they can't use a phone. Oh, they can't do this, can't do that. You know what I mean? It's just, but it's definitely picked up a lot more now. And yeah, just absolutely flying by. It's so fast to read. Like genuinely, these chapters are like, look at these chapters, they are so short. 3 pages. Love it. Okay, it's like now just after 9 p.m. I have gotten back from training. I've actually done Katie's thumbnail, or at least like the majority of it, so that's awesome. Did the other thumbnails I needed to do, and I also managed to finish listening to this as I was doing those thumbnails. So, you know, like this at 2.5 speed was like me doing all of those thumbnails today. But you know what? I had fun, and that is the main thing. And I also had fun reading this. So this was actually really, really good. I really enjoyed it. 4 stars. It's just so cute. Like the characters are so cute. I love the way that they look at life, and they've lived life. They have lived it. So when they're talking about the fact that, you know, someone's died, they're like, you know what, I've seen death over the years. I know so many people who have died. There's such a raw and honest way of looking at life that they just exude. And it's a little bit comical as well, like maybe a tiny little bit of dark humor. And oh gosh, all the British references too. We had references to things like The One Show, Strictly Come Dancing. I kind of really enjoyed the fact that this just felt so quintessentially British. I do seem to read a lot of authors who aren't British, so it's kind of nice to see some of those references that I genuinely get. Yeah, characters I loved their little investigation as well, and the way they just went about it, the way that they just try and break things down is just so innocent. Like say for instance, they're talking about, oh, like how do you get on the dark web? Well, I guess you need a computer to do it. Oh, we should make a list of all the people who have computers. You know, it's just things like that that's just one example of many. But yeah, it's just like the way that they were looking at the case, and it was just really fun. And that's what I wanted. I just really wanted something really fun and light to read, and that's what this provided 100%. I needed to be charmed today, and this charmed me. It was very charming. Not that it was perfect or anything. I do think sometimes the humor did try a little bit too hard, especially with the quirkiness of the main character and her writing in her diary. Definitely not the best written thing I've ever read, but it didn't need to be. It genuinely didn't need to be. It just provided me enough entertainment while I was just sitting on my ass on that computer all day. Well, most of today. Very excited to continue with the series. This will be getting embossed, but I can't really do it right now as I'm standing up, so I will include a little shot of me embossing it when I get a chance to. And finally, as well, the first book that I've read in this vlog that I've embossed, well, other than The Hobbit, but that was a reread, and I knew I was going to love that anyway and knew it was going to get embossed. So the first Emboss or Toss emboss book that I read in this video. I would start the next book, but I don't really want to read anything. I don't even want to listen to an audiobook, nothing. So I'm going to save all of the reading for tomorrow for sprints. And even though it's just after 9 p.m. and it's quite late, I do want to try and make a good dent in editing. So I still have Witch Chat Atelier to finish editing, still having an hour and 15 minutes of that to edit. It's going to take a while. That one's going to take a while. So I'm going to see if I can get at least maybe half of that done tonight, maybe get to the 45-minute mark, or even the hour mark would be perfect. Or even finish it. That would be even more perfect. And then I can just crack on for the rest of the week and it'll be so good. Also, I had the guy who used to live here knock on the door just before, because last week I signed for a parcel, not realizing that it wasn't for me, it was for the guy who previously lived here. And so he knocked on the door to see if I still had it. And I did. You know, I still had some of his letters that came like months ago as well. So I gave him all of that. And he was like, oh, are you settling okay? And then he looked next door as if he was like anticipating what I was going to say. And like, he kind of pointed and I was like, don't worry, they've been arrested. They've been arrested and that house has been empty for a good few months now, so it's all good. And that all happened the very first month that I moved in. So that was fun. But he seemed really lovely. He seemed really nice. And yeah, he said, oh, they moved in the month before he moved out. So they were still like quite new to that house. And even the fact that he looked like that and he only lived next to them for 1 month, like their first month here, just shows me like how disruptive and how loud and how bad they were. So it's kind of a little bit reassuring to me that the amount of times that I've talked about my neighbors online, which, you know, can sometimes be a little bit iffy, they were criminals. They were genuinely criminals. They were drug dealers and they were dog nappers. That is what the evidence leads to. So I feel a little bit like I'm part of the Thursday Murder Club myself, even though there was no murder next door. There was a crime that I pretty much solved on Gavsteria Lane. So yes, I did have another witness today in the case of Gavsteria Lane. And I'm just saving it all up here just in case, you know, the police come knocking. They're like, oh, you know, we need to go to court and stuff, so could we use you as a witness or something? And I'll be like, go on then. But yeah, let's get to editing. I have it all ready to go. And honestly, this desk is a mess. It just keeps getting a mess. I keep tidying up and it keeps going into a mess. I also got my results back as well from training. So like, he does weigh me kind of like every 2 to 3 weeks ish. And this one was from the 20th of December. This one's from today, the 27th of January. So like 5 weeks later, I've went from 31 kilograms body fat to 27.3 kilograms body fat. And my muscle mass has gone up from 34.7 kilograms to 36.5 kilograms. My weight, I don't care about my weight, honestly. It's just the muscle mass and body fat that I'm kind of looking at. But no, I feel like that's like really good progress for me, and I'm really happy with my progress over the last month. I can't remember what I was at the very first weigh-in, which was on the 20th of November, 2 months ago. Can't remember what my starting stats were, but no, I'm really proud of myself. And so is my trainer. He's so lovely. Okay, it is 1:45 in the morning. I've got to, I don't think you can really see properly, got a 1 hour and 3 minutes of editing. There's still 1 hour and 30 in total. And so I did, like, what was it, like, around about 9:30ish when I really got into it. It's now 1:45. And I only managed to edit, I was like, I'd done 15 minutes. Was that like nearly 50? Nearly 50 minutes? But it's been like 3 hours and 15 minutes of editing. Oh my god, it is taking a while. It is taking a while. So yeah, I still have like 25 minutes to go. I would just like plow on and just do it, but considering it's taken me so long, even to just do like 25 minutes, it would take me probably to like 3, maybe 3:30 in the morning, maybe. And also I think my cat's all ready for bed. Hello Dobby, are you ready for bed? I think you are. I think you're out. Although you probably want to play a little bit. Ash is just lying on the nice comfy seat, don't you, Ash? Oh, he's so cute. So yeah, I'll probably end up finishing this like first thing in the morning. Like, the first thing I'll do when I wake up, well, actually my mum's coming for a bit to dye my hair. And then after she's gone, I'll try and quickly edit as much as I possibly can before my Patreon sprints. And then I can just read. We are cutting it pretty close, my fine friends. Cutting it pretty close. It is 13:41 p.m. on Tuesday. I have just finished editing it. I have just finished. And there's still 2 hours and 15 minutes until the reading sprints with my patrons. My mum's already been. She did try to dye my hair, but she used like this comb thing for the first time because she always gets it all over my face, all over the towel, all over everything. So she was trying this new thing with like this comb thingamabobby, and it just didn't really work. It just didn't work. So looks like my hair isn't going to be dyed or anything like that. And I know, like, thank you so much to anyone who compliments the fact that you like the grey is fine. You think it looks distinguished and stuff. Thank you so much for the compliment. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to keep dyeing my hair though because it makes me feel better about myself, okay? So I will still continue doing it, but it does mean that before Iceland, I didn't get a chance to, and she put everything in as well. I went in the shower and everything like 15 minutes after it was put on, and you know, like we went through the whole thing. I sat there while she was doing it, so it just felt like a wasted job. You know, it felt like a wasted job. But fortunately, which chat tally is edited, I can now focus on reading Rizzio by Denise Mina for the Emboss toss. Finally, and we can get this reading vlog back on track. So I've been live for about 45 minutes with my patrons, and I've just made myself a nice decaf coffee. I've got the live show on there right now. Hey, there's everyone. And I am about to start Rizzio by Denise Mina. I thought I would tell you what this is about before I like really like sit down, dive in and start reading it. This one, I don't know if you've ever seen Rain, which was a CW TV show. This is how I know about this and this person and what happened to them. But Mary, Queen of Scots, had a friend called David Rizzio, and Mary's husband ordered Rizzio to get murdered in front of Mary, Queen of Scots. And this is essentially that story. So Mary, Queen of Scots has no idea that the palace is surrounded and that these men are going to come in and murder her friend in front of her. And this is something that really happened in history. And it's something that I never knew about until I saw Rain on the CW. So I did actually have my eye on this for a while. And my friend Hannah from Ledette M, she gifted me this a few years back. And so I'm glad to finally be able to get into it now. So Hannah, if you're watching this, thank you so much for gifting me this all those years ago. I'm finally reading it. But my decaf coffee looks so freaking good, if you ask me. Okay, this was good. I managed to finish it on my second sprint. I still have half an hour of the second sprint left, so I can get straight into the next book. But this was really good. Like, it was historical, but it was told in a way that made it a lot more interesting than some other historical fiction that I've read. And obviously, like, this isn't exactly fiction because it was a real life event, but it took the event itself of Rizzio's murder and like the events before and after, and it just gave it a little bit more of a humanizing touch to like Mary, Queen of Scots, to Rizzio, and made me really, really feel for those two specifically. And I would actually like to read more like this, where it zeroes in on a specific moment in history and just tells you about it, but in a more fascinating way than just like being told about it in history class or just like in a textbook. Like, you do get the emotions. It was very well written. It was actually like really tense and scary to begin with because you feel that tension before it happens. Lord Ruthven wanted him killed during the test match, but Donnie said no. Lord Donnie wants it done tonight. He wants his wife to witness the murder because David Rizzio is her closest friend, her personal secretary, and she's very pregnant. And Donnie hopes that if she sees him being horribly brutalized, she may miscarry and die in the process. And then as you are going through, like about the first 40 pages, because the thing that happens to Rizzio happens quite early on in this novella, but even just the moments leading up to that, very tense. Rizzio doesn't know they're planning to kill him tonight. They're almost there. And you do get Mary and the people she's with and Rizzio in her room. You know, like, you know that's the room it's going to happen in. And you kind of like flip between like, oh, they're going up the stairs, or like they're kind of getting ready to murder him. And Mary's in her room and Rizzio is just asking normal questions, like no idea what's about to happen. It is very, very tense. Just not really a whole lot more to it, really. Like, it kind of happens pretty quickly-ish, and then afterwards we see the fallout of it, and that isn't as interesting. I mean, the stuff with Mary absolutely is, but, you know, there are other people who were part of this, well, crime, this murder, who you kind of focus on a little bit. There is a really weird moment where someone gets castrated at the end. It's kind of funny a little bit, but kind of not. It keeps getting referred to as his sweet cock and balls. I don't know, it did get a little bit weird, but, you know, that was history. That was history, and I did really like it. So I'm obviously going to keep this. I would like to read more like this, and it will be embossed. So thank you so much, Hannah, for gifting me this all those years ago. Finally managed to read it, and that's another book ticked off for my TBR, my owned TBR. I hope you can kind of see this okay. So I'm just going to do this. You can see it, let's... I am getting better at holding this up while I'm embossing. You probably definitely can't see that, but still, you get the point. It's embossed. So that's 3 embossed in this video, but the Hobbit doesn't really count. So that's 2 getting tossed, 2 embossed. Ooh, so it's kind of like 50-50 at the minute now. The fragile threads of power will be the decider. Like, will this be more of a success of a video or more of a failure of a video? So if this gets embossed, amazing, then we have a higher success rate. But if it's getting tossed, then the failure rate is going to be higher, and I don't want that. Look who I'm about to disturb. Hello, doorbell. But just in case you're wondering, because you might start moving around and it might look a little bit weird because you think, what's under the blanket, Gav? It's Tobu. So I hate to end this vlog rather anticlimactically, but yeah, I got 135 pages into the Fragile Threads of Power, and I am DNFing it, but it is going to be a DNF for now. This is going into Limboss because I really do think I need to go back to reading the Darker Shade of Magic trilogy. The first time I read it was back in 2019, so it's been 6 years since I read the first 2 books, and then it took me 2 years to read the 3rd book, and it's been 4 years since then. So I do genuinely think I need to go back and read the original trilogy, which I don't know if I'm going to love on a reread, to be honest. Like, I was reading this, and I'm not gonna lie, firstly, I was rather bored, and secondly, I just didn't care about seeing these characters again, which pains me to say because I do remember loving some of the characters back when I first read the original trilogy, but I could tell with, like, V. Schwab's kind of attempt at cinematic storytelling, when we get this return of these characters like Lila and Kel and Alucard, that V. Schwab is trying to go for a bit more of an emotional, like, oh yay, hurrah, we're seeing these characters again after so long, because the narrative style of it feels very, like, epic, or at least, like, it tries to be. Like, you can almost picture it in your head as a movie. Kind of like seeing Elizabeth Turner after, like, I don't know, 10 years of not being in the franchise of Pirates of the Caribbean. Like, that's kind of what it feels like a return. And I kind of wanted this to be a more singular story, or, like, I think it is the start of a new series. So I kind of wanted to maybe stand on its own feet, but I just have no connection whatsoever now, despite having already read the original trilogy. And I really do need to see if V. Schwab is still the author for me, because what I read so far just felt like a massive word salad. There was, like, a hint of an actual plot. So apparently there are, like, lots of people being born without magic, and apparently it's like a warning, a reckoning, something is broken in the world, it's been broken for a while, there is a sickness spreading throughout Ons, a rod at the heart of the Empire. If we do not cut it out, we cannot heal. It is a small sacrifice to make for the greater good. And, like, we have, like, these interesting threads to begin with, but it's, like, mentioned very, very loosely, and I just felt like we were, like, not really getting anywhere after that. It just felt like, oh yeah, here's a return of the characters, and I really just wanted to focus on, like, actual story and actual plot there. And I didn't really like some of the writing as well. If he were a character in a book, this was how his story would start. Perhaps one day he'd even write it. Like, what a massive eye roll. And also a conversation between Alucard, oh hello Ash, between Alucard and Kiara. This flow of dialogue, listen to this. Master Emery, it has been too long. It has, he said, and yet somehow I doubt your bed is ever cold. Okay. She shrugged, all bodies warm, but few have truly burned my sheets. And this is the first time they've seen each other in so long. And she's saying, oh yeah, it's been so long. And it's like, yeah, but I doubt your bed's cold. What? Honestly, like some of the dialogue threads just didn't flow for me. I feel like V. Schwab is an author who I do really want to love so badly. And I kind of wish I got The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue instead. When I was like looking back at the footage, I saw that The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue was one underneath this. And I really should have just went for that one because at least that's like a standalone story. And I do think I need to reread the original trilogy for me to actually like this one. So I'm not getting rid of it. I'm not tossing it. It's going in Emboss. But the entire original series could be on the chopping block now if I don't end up enjoying it anymore. I don't know what it is. I just feel such a disconnect with V. Schwab's writing now, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's me. I don't know how to explain it. I wasn't enjoying it, really. I really wasn't enjoying it, and I didn't want to ruin the reading experience. So yeah, it's getting put down. Not like put down, but like put into Emboss. Okay, so this was another Emboss or toss. I hope you enjoyed, by the way. So this is what I read. I read Hera, it's getting tossed. I read The Dance Tree, it's getting tossed. I read The Hobbit, it got embossed, but it's not really counting towards this episode. Got The Thursday Murder Club, that got embossed. I got Rizzio, that got embossed. And The Fragile Threads of Power is in Limboss. So this is a success rate of 40%, which is not as good as episode 2, but it's better than episode 1. Unless you want me to include The Hobbit, like I don't know if I should. I don't know if it's cheating or not. So let me know down below if you think I should include it. If I do include it, then the success rate was 50%, which isn't as bad. So really, it's up to you. And I do apologize. This week turned out to be a lot busier than I anticipated. So I probably didn't do as much as I should have in like focused on embossing and tossing as I should have. But yeah, you're going to miss it. Don't stand on your brother. Oh. Oh, he's so cute. He was just lying next to us. Oh. He's been so clingy as well. Not only have I been trying to read, not only have I been trying to do work, but I've had the most clingiest of cats this week as well. I think he senses that I'm going away for a week. So we're just getting prepared for that onward. But it's okay because I'm off tomorrow. We're going to spend all day together. Yes, we are. So that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave this video a like if you enjoyed and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave all the comments down below. Let me know what you thought of the video. Let me know what you thought of the books that I read in this video. Were there any that you preferred? Any that you didn't like? Did you disagree with any of my opinions? Please let me know down below. Do you think Ashlyn and Toby need to get a life as well? I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons for supporting my channel. If you'd like to join my Patreon, then the link is in the description box. But yeah, I hope I will see you in the next video. Bye. Are you saying bye, baby? Are you saying bye? Yes. Oh, I just love you. Oh, I just love you. Do you want to go play? Do you want to go play? Yes. Let's go play. Let's go play together.